decoction day. We're going to be brewing a Belgian Dubel with kind of a twist on it. We're going to be decocting it in the old German style. This is our incredibly elaborate setup with our Steve powered crank. That's Steve there. We're having some wind issues today. Trying to keep most of the grain in the bucket. We're not really succeeding. With our grain sock and our grinder all good to go here, let's go ahead and remove that. With our rusty nails and our 2x4.
Tetanus, it's good for you.
So here's our grain bill. The majesty and amazing graininess. So we're using a few grains that we've never used before. We've got Avant-Garde's Malt Premium, 1 pound wheat malt, 2 kilograms apiece of flaked wheat, flaked barley, and flaked oats, 1 kilogram aromatic malts. We have 1 pound candy sugar, and for hops we've got an ounce of Magnum and an ounce of Saz. So throughout a probably 4 or 5 hour long decoction day, we are going to turn this grain right here. You can kind of see the consistency of it there. It's ground pretty fine, but not powdery. We've done powdery before, and we've run into stuck sparges. But today we're going to be turning this into beer. Alright, we have just mashed in. We ended up mashing in, this is a decoction mash, so we ended up mashing in at about 120. Super ultra low for a normal beer. Not really that big an issue for a decoction mash. So what we're going to end up doing is taking the solid grist from this container and adding it into our boil kettle, which is over there at the moment. This is our setup. We've got a propane tank and a turkey fryer. We're going to be bringing that up to about 150, letting it rest for about 10 minutes, a sack rest. We're going to be boiling it for just a few minutes, and then after we boil it, we'll add it back into our mash tun, which should bring the temperature up to about 150, 154, somewhere right in that range. Have a few other steps, then we'll do it all again. Alright, see you on the flip side. So this is our grist after we have added back our decocted mash. We ended up taking about a third of it and placing it into our decoction kettle, adding it back in to raise the temperature. So we'll take a temp reading here and we'll see where we're at. This is what's left in our decoction kettle.
Get down there. Oh yeah.
There we go.
That's it breaded up at the bottom.
Let's see what we got here. See what our temperature is.
Yeah, it's already gone through some saccharification. Like, that's edible. Yeah. It tastes good.
All right, good stuff. So we're sitting at right about 123 right now, 125. So what we're gonna do is take another sample, boil it, put it back in, that'll raise the temperature, and we'll do that until we hit about 154, and then that will be our final 1 hour mash rest. Decoction number 2. Getting all nice and liquefied there. Just look at that, if my camera will focus. You can see that looks probably a lot different from the grain of a normal mash. A lot more liquefied, a lot more gelatinized. Whole lot of sugar in this. We tasted the grist in between our first and second decoctions, and it is cloyingly incredibly sweet. So we're pretty happy about that. So we're gonna let this boil for just a few more minutes, add it back into our mash tun, and see where we're at. All right, fellow brew tubers, we are at decoction number 3. This is the third time that we're gonna be heating our grist, caramelizing it, getting it boil ready. We'll add it back into our mash tun, and this should be the last time. Our temperature was 137 last time, so this should be enough to bring it up to about 152, 154. And then we'll let it mash as usual, and we'll be good to go.
Kind of looks like an yeast starter over there.
Hey brew tubers, we are back in sunny, amazing, and not windy at all Kentucky. Zach is doing the brew in the bag method, taking our grist out of the mash tun. It's been steeping for 1 hour at 152. We kept a really constant, good temperature after the decoction, and he's going to go ahead and put it in our. So let me kind of show you guys this, because I haven't seen a lot of people doing this. You can just kind of put that down in there.
You want to show them the?
No, you can just put it down in there. It's fine.
Okay.
This is our kind of sparge method. We have a colander that we put at the bottom of this huge bucket, and that kind of acts as our sparge method. We don't generally sparge that much, and this has kind of proven to us to be a really good way to get as much efficiency as possible without squeezing the bag, releasing tannins, or any of that good stuff. And it's worked out really well for us so far. Our efficiency has been very good on almost every beer that we've done. So I don't know if you guys are interested in doing that, but got some flies here.
They're smelling the sugar.
Yeah, but we can kind of show you. Let me just kind of get in here and show you the amount of liquid. There you go. Thank you, Zach. We get a lot of liquid this way. A whole lot of liquid. And this is straight wort, no water added. Yeah, you can go ahead. And I haven't seen a whole lot of brew tubers doing this, so I just wanted to kind of document this method.
Method of whirlpooling manually. Take that, $100 pumps.
All right, we just added our first hop addition. We added a ½ ounce of Warrior. It's 60. You can just kind of look at this. It is still trying to whirlpool itself. We just had our hot break a little while ago. We're giving it a nice, oh, there we go. Yeah, nice rolling boil. Just absolutely excellent beer on an excellent brew day, even though the winds are pretty insane. All right, we just added our second hop addition, half ounce of Warrior. Just look at that. We got that whirlpool going on. We got this incredibly windy weather. We got Zach over here with his, I don't know what kind of beer that is. Is that the vanilla porter?
Yes.
Okay, we got a vanilla porter right there. We'll probably do a tasting on that later. We got Steve over here, not drinking any beer because no one likes Steve.
It's true.
And then we got our oil kettle. That's our wort. Once again, our original pre-boil gravity was 1.056. Not bad. We still have a lot of candy sugar to add, so I'm hoping that this beer is going to be pretty high in the ABV range.
There.
All right, so we have just added our last hop addition. We have added 1 pound of Belgian candy sugar plus Zach's personal concoction here of homemade candy sugar, which is right there. We're kind of getting the last of the sugars of that out. This is what our final wort tastes like, or looks like.
Yeah.
We have been at this since 10 o'clock this morning. It is now 4:33 in the afternoon. So definitely the decoction does take longer than a regular brew day, but you know, I think that you get a little bit more interaction with your beer. And it seems like the efficiency has been significantly better. We haven't used our wort chiller yet, but we will go ahead and stir this up. We're going to do a hop stand for about 10 or 15 minutes, maybe 20, and we will get back with you after the hop stand.
Dip it. Okay.
Hey brewers, we just melted our hydrometer. We made the mistake of placing freshly hot wort into our hydrometer, and it has melted. So we now have Zach. What are these called?
This is, I don't know what you would call it, but it's a giant piece of Belgium candy sugar. Homemade Belgian candy sugar. It's pretty dark. It's a dark amber color is what I would call it, and I didn't break it up into small pieces because I didn't feel a need to. But there you go, you can see it. I've washed off the powdered sugar that I used to keep it from sticking to each other in the bag here, and it's gonna melt down in there, and it's nice, pretty dark stuff.
Excellent. Well, the wind's picking back up here, and we are adding this Belgian candy sugar into our beer. So we're hoping that will kind of up the alcohol content. Pre-boil, we were at 1.056. We are hoping to be post-boil 1.09 or higher, which we would know by now if I did not try to melt our hydrometer with boiling liquid.
Or pull it out.
All right, well fellows, we have wort chilled our mash for about maybe 10 or 15 minutes here. And Zach, where are we at right now?
71 degrees Fahrenheit.
71 degrees, which is 70 to 75 is the preferable temperature for our yeast. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over here and turn off our water. And there we go. All right. That's our final wort. Look at that. Nice and oxygenated. Lots of stirring. Lots of oxygen. I'm gonna go and get us a bucket so that we can place this in. And we've already got our fermenter and our lid and our airlock sanitized. So I'll see you guys then.